Congressman, it's great to have you back on again,
Good to
sir.
be with you.
What is your reaction to that report? Because here's the thing. There were leaks against Trump, leaks to the media. But we had Biden's lawyers handling this, handling the search when they do not have security clearances to handle the nation's secrets. What was your reaction to that report that you just heard?
Well, not only should the House Intelligence Committee and the Senate Intelligence Committee be able to get a damage assessment, they should be able to see the documents, for goodness sake. And the idea that the executive branch is saying, no, that you can't do that, and the DOJ is saying you can't see those, I think makes no sense. And remember, it's Congress that created these agencies in the first place. And as I believe Senator Cornyn pointed out, we also have the power of appropriation and funding these various agencies. To the issue of double standard, I mean, the Washington Post reported, Liz, that the Biden lawyers and the Department of Justice had a, quote, shared understanding about keeping this stuff quiet about Joe Biden's handling of classified documents. Well, they certainly didn't keep President Trump's issue quiet. There were helicopters and cameras and nights and raid on his home. So, yeah, this double standard is driving Americans crazy.
Well, to your point, the New York Times again reported for the second time that the White House did do a cover-up of this before the midterms to protect Democrats seeking office. To your point, the Washington Post already reported on that, on how the DOJ orchestrated with the White House to do a cover-up before the midterms.
Yep. Shared understanding, better, your term is better, a cover-up to keep this information from the American people, not only before the election, but they kept it quiet for 2 months. And when it finally the press finally reports that, oh, there were classified documents found at the Biden Center, on early January, the White House, yeah, we acknowledge that happened, but the White House already knew about the documents found in the garage at his residence, and they didn't confirm any of that, didn't say anything about that. So they've been stonewalling and hiding this information, covering it up, and working with DOJ all along.
So, you know, to your point, the majority of voters say the president should be probed. We see that with Quinnipiac, with a CNN poll. We see that with an ABC poll. Again and again, Americans don't like it that Biden's personal attorneys initially searching for his illegally stashed documents at his think tank. What were they looking for? Why were they even doing the search? And again, you cannot give security clearances. The DOJ can't do that on the spot to handle the U.S. secrets. So under what authority did they do that to give Biden's lawyers the clearance for that?
I have no idea. I don't know why they were looking in the first place back on November 2nd when they found these. The Americans, the reason they don't like this is because the Americans understand it's supposed to be equal treatment under the law, and that's not what we're seeing. And it's why, frankly, the Judiciary Committee is going to examine this issue. We have had, I've talked about this many times, talked about it on your show, we have had now dozens of whistleblowers, FBI agents come talk to us about how political that place is being run. So this is a problem. When there is a double standard, when there's unequal application of the law, we no longer have what makes America the greatest country in the world, and that is a problem. And the first step in stopping that behavior is to expose it, is to get all the facts on the table, and we're committed to doing that as the Republican majority in the House.
You're going to name names? I mean, name names? Because CNN is reporting the Justice Department was ready to get a search warrant if Biden blocked any searches on his property. So this idea that he was cooperating from the get-go, it didn't work that way. It didn't unspool that way. They found it. I don't know why they were looking for it. They found classified documents. They told the White House. The White House tells the National Archives and then tells the DOJ. And they're ready to go with a search warrant if Biden blocked a search. So it's not like he was cooperating from the get-go. That's a media fallacy.
Well, yeah, I mean, but again, was there a shared understanding with President Trump's lawyers and the DOJ that they would keep it quiet? I certainly don't think so. Certainly doesn't look like that. But somehow there was this, and again, I'm using this is the Washington Post. This is not Jim Jordan. This is not conservative Republicans talking. This is the Washington Post saying shared understanding between the Biden legal team and the DOJ that they would keep it quiet. Really? Where did that come from? So that is the problem.
Got it. Congressman Jordan, a pleasure having you on. We'll see you again soon.